For our project, we researched the region of Australia and Oceania. Within this region, the specific countries we focused on were Australia, New Zealand, Samoa, and Fiji. The countries in this region share many commonalities. One commonality is that all these countries have their own prime minister who helps to run their government. Also, all these countries must deal with the issue of deforestation and pollution. Most of these countries have a lot of biodiversity, and the logging, development, and abundance of tourism has contributed in disturbing these creatures' habitats. These countries focus a lot on agricultural exports for their economy. Some of the major exports in this area are wine, cocoa, coconuts, and fruit. Another thing that is important in the economy of these nations is tourism. Finally, all these countries use a parliamentary system. All except Fiji use a parliamentary monarchy. Fiji is run by the military.
There are several differences that also are present in this region. One very large difference is in the gross domestic products in these countries. Fiji's GDP is 3,601 per capita. Samoa's is 5,600. New Zealand's is 31,999. And Australia's is 43,300. This shows how different the economies of these nations are. The military actions of these countries differ greatly. New Zealand and Australia see themselves as the peacekeepers. Fiji's military is actually in charge of the government. Samoa's doesn't even have a formal defense system. Lastly, these countries range in their development as a nation. Samoa and Fiji are both developing nations, although Fiji is one of the most developed of the Pacific Islands. Samoa is considered a least developed country. New Zealand and Australia are well off and developed. No matter how developed, all these nations have foreign policy concerns. Australia's key concerns include free trade, terrorism, economic cooperation with Asia, and stability in the Asia Pacific. New Zealand also is concerned with free trade, but also very active in promoting nuclear disarmament and arms control. Samoa, since undeveloped, is generally conservative and focuses on pro-Western ideals. They are very interested in regional, political, and economic issues. Fiji, although very small, actually participates actively in UN peacekeeping. They help to create the South Pacific Forum. They are involved in multiple disagreements with other countries due to the way they run their government. Now to the big question. How will the region improve their relations with the U.S. Actually, most of the nations are on very good terms with the U.S., except Fiji. They could improve this by working to establish a more democratic way of dealing with elections and the government as a whole.